So the real truth is to bring back the Creator to His nation, to His people, to the wide world. Because God created everyone, and we cannot argue with that. There is something special with the nation of Israel. What is that unique thing? That we got the job. God offered to all of the nations in that day, when we were about to go out from Egypt, an opportunity to go and to receive the Torah, to come and to receive the Torah, and to teach it and to reveal it, to be light to the rest of the nations. And all of the nations in that day refused to take that opportunity. There was only one nation in that day that said, we're going to do it, and then we're going to see what's going to happen. It was Am Yisrael. We were so lucky in that day that our ancestors had that wisdom to choose right, and they chose right. And in that day, we believe that it was a blessing, but it is a very hard and painful process as a nation to be those messengers that's supposed to hand the torch from one generation to the other. All powers of darkness came on us and tried to fight with us and to deny our being and our existence. But it was still our job. But we as a nation, because that we suffered so much, and we went so down, and we were so busy protecting ourselves and the wisdom that we received from the Creator, that we forgot our mission to be light to the nations. And we are just now, until today, most of us, just protecting what that we have. And we say, hey, don't touch it, it's ours, no, it's our Bible, no, we received it, no, we're the holy nation. All of that is only an act of fear. It's a result of trauma, of suffering, of lack of faith, low self-estimate, that we don't know who we are, that we forgot our mission. But the truth is that today the generation is demanding, is thirsty, and people are asking. A few days ago, when we just came to California, we were driving, and I received an email. A woman is asking a question. She had a big issue with her husband, something private that we're not going to get into it. And she's asking an advice what to do. So I asked one of my students that he's dealing and helping me with the emails, please check for me what's her condition. Is she married to a Jewish person? Do they have children or not? Who are they? What's going on with them? It's a first email from that woman. And she's following us for a year and a half or so. And then he's answering me back and he's telling she's not Jewish and her husband is not Jewish either. And about the children, I don't know. I started to laugh. And I'm saying to myself, okay, and she's following us for 1 year and a half. She's not Jewish. Her husband is not Jewish. But she's following the truth. She's seeking for the truth. I pulled my car. I recorded a message for her that's going to give her another power, another advice, how to find that connection. To be a truth seeker, it depends not in your religion, not in your race, not in your color, not in nothing. It just depends in the loving kindness of the Creator for you. How much mercy He revealed on you, that's how much you believe in Him. When He is angry, He is blocking our eyes from seeing Him. And when He is revealing His kindness, we're all waking up to see Him. If you believe, it means that He's showing Himself to you. The result of His kindness is that you believe in Him. When He is deciding to hide Himself, we cannot find Him. When HaShem said to Moshe Rabbeinu, in that day I'm going to hide my face from them, and He said, Astir panai, I'm going to hide the fact that I'm hiding my face from them. It's not that you're going to remember that He exists and you just cannot see Him. You're going to forget the fact that you need to look for Him at all. You won't look for Him. In that moment, Moshe fell on his face. Because if he can take our will to look for Him, He can take it from us. It's in His hands. And if He's going to do that, we don't have no chance. We cannot come back. If He's going to decide that we're not going to come back, we can't come back. So when we are waking up, and there is no difference between a Jew that wakes up to a non-Jew that wakes up. Because when a person that doesn't have no understanding about the Creator, and he never thought about it before, and he was completely secular, and he was just running after his desires, or as a result of his fears, or just chasing after wild life search of pleasure or success or whatever, and suddenly he recognizes, he sees a spark in his life, and he chooses to chase that spark and to follow it all the way. So he is coming from complete darkness to complete light. And it doesn't matter which darkness and which light. For him, it's a 180-degree change, revolution. And that's what that goes on today. When God woke me up to go and to search for Him and to find Him, He done it in a 100% miracle. I didn't have a clue of His existence before. It never crossed my mind. If someone would offer me to be religious, to serve the Creator, to do some kind of mitzvah, an obligation, I would laugh. For me, it would be just an empty idea, something with no connection to reality. Just some old way of life, old ancient culture that I couldn't find no interest in. But in the moment that God touched my heart, He woke up all of my being to be a truth seeker. And from that day on, I cannot stop myself from keep on marching to Zion, keep on walking forward toward the truth, just to find it, and to be ready to learn, to try to understand what it means, because we can use concepts and we can use verses and to twist them and to move them from their real meaning and to lose the connection with the Creator while using the verses that are describing Him. You can use verses that meant to bring you to the real purpose of life, and with those verses to bend your mind and to twist other people's life and to mislead them and to push them into darkness, into failures, into be people that are fighting against the purpose, into losing their minds and their life, happiness of life. So we as people that saw HaShem, even if it was for one moment of our lives, we need to be strong, to remind ourselves of that experience. If we experienced personal supervision, one moment of miracles that we saw that in that day we wanted to speak with that person and we just ran into him in the street, that we wanted to call that person and we just reached to the phone and it's him on the other side. And if we saw that even once, we need to throw everything behind our backs and to follow the truth, because there is truth and we saw it. People that never saw it cannot follow it, cannot follow us. Only the verse is saying, Ta'amu u'u kitov Hashem. Only after you taste, you can see that Hashem is good. Before you taste, before you've been tested in that test, and you made it, and you achieved something, and you felt the pleasant of Hashem, the noam of Hashem, the good feeling of closeness of Hashem, before you felt it, you can't understand it. If I'm going to try to explain to you the taste of a certain fruit that you never tried, can I explain it to you? I'm going to tell you that it was sweet. Is it answering the real flavor of that fruit? No, it was a little bit bitter. Something, sour in a certain way. It was hard. No, it was soft. It was kind of... It means nothing for you. Even if I'm going to talk about that fruit for an hour, until you're going to give that bite into that apple, you won't understand what I'm talking about. So we as people that experience that sweet taste, we can go and offer it to others. And we need to understand, and that's a very, very basic, important rule that we need to understand. Usually, people that are serving the Creator, they're falling into a mistake. Their mistake is to think that their closeness to Hashem depends in their good actions. And it's wrong. It's true that it's written. It is written. Ma'asecha yekarvucha u'ma'asecha yerachakucha. Your actions going to bring you closer, and your actions, means bad actions, going to reject you. It's written. But there are places that you can use that verse, and there are places that you cannot use that verse. There are things that your actions are important. There are certain places that your actions are really bringing you closer and rejecting you, but not in the general nature of how you meet Hashem, you find Hashem, and you feel Hashem. In that subject of meeting Hashem, living your life with Hashem, there is only one thing that is making that relationship and connection happen. And it's the free love of the Creator to us. He reveals Himself to us only and only because that He loves us. He is Father of mercy. The word mercy means that He loves and gives with His loving kindness to people that are not worthy. That's the meaning of the word mercy. That He gives to someone that He doesn't owe him anything. When He gives to those people, then He reveals His mercy. He reveals His kindness. So in the world, people that are usually serving Hashem, righteous people, Talmidei Chachamim, wise people that are learning Torah, intelligent people, from birth, people that for years are learning and serving, they think to themselves all of the time that their closeness to Hashem, that their connection to Hashem depends in their good actions. And they will miss something that is so important that only us, the people that woke up from complete darkness, that before of that inspiring experience of feeling something foreign that suddenly becomes to be sweet and needed and close and warm and reviving. Before of that we came from complete darkness. So for us, all of that process of waking up is an act of kindness. So we can see the kindness, and they can see the trial. They can see the judgments. They see that if I'm doing good, I'm worthy, Hashem going to help me. Like in the army, like in the police, like that I'm achieving, I'm growing, I'm succeeding, I'm going to climb to another level, I'm going to be rewarded. Those are judgments. This is not kindness. But the purpose of the creation is to reveal the kindness of the Creator. So they, even though that they're going to hold high levels of closeness to Hashem, they will never going to sin. They will keep Torah mitzvot. They will be very holy. But a huge basic foundation of why, the purpose of the creation, why God created the world from the beginning, to reveal His kindness, they're not able to sense it. They're not able to feel it. Because they haven't made that distance. Because they didn't came from the darkness, from the complete darkness, from ignorance, from stupidity, from life of shame, of disgrace. But us, that He chosen us, He took us out of Egypt, from the exile. He chose us. And He is bringing us on daily basis to the light. Bringing us to real understandings. That we should believe in ourselves. That we should see what God planted inside of us. What He gave us. an inner spiritual beauty and wisdom that no one else in the world have what that you have. No one in the world receive what that you receive. And it doesn't matter how you look. It doesn't matter how you sound. Even in the Holy Gemara, it's written, Echad hamam'it ve'echad hamarbeh. Even one that learns a lot and one that learns only tiny amount of Torah. You cannot compare them. Because the amounts of the Torah is not the main thing. What is the main thing? That their heart going to be aimed to heaven. And if your heart is aimed to heaven, even if you haven't learned one letter in your life, you're close to Hashem. Because our God is God of truth. And when you hold the truth, you hold God. And when you lie to yourself even, you lost God. Because a liar person cannot stand in front of God. Dover shkarim lo yikon leneged enai. A liar cannot stand in front of the Creator. The Creator is running away from him. He's hiding his face from him. Because his seal is a seal of truth. Only when you say the truth, you're going to find God. And even if your truth is going to be the lowest truth of them all, that you're going to say, I'm a liar. That's my truth. I'm a liar. That's going to be the word that's going to bring you closer to the Creator. Now you were close to Him.